Hi everyone, my name is Jasmine McGinnis Johnson, and I am an assistant professor at George Washington University in the Trachtenberg School of Public Policy and Public Administration. In addition to teaching, much of my academic research involves analyzing the distribution of grants from philanthropic foundations to nonprofit organizations, and the process by which these funds are allocated. Welcome to the Fundamentals of Grant Writing. This lesson is entitled Planning to Write Your Grant Proposal. In this lesson, we will focus on the different types of funders and how they typically provide support to projects and organizations. We'll look at what they'll expect from you and your organization, and we'll discuss how you can leverage your assets to make yourself more attractive to funders before you start to approach them. It's important to note that grant writing is never about the needs of your organization. Funders want to know about the need being served in the community. The purpose of grant writing is to convince an organization or person to fund your proposal. Taking the time to properly plan and research before you begin will make writing the grant more efficient and organized. The planning stage is the first point in the grant writing process. You should already have your organizational structure in place necessary to achieve the goals of your project. You should know what you hope to achieve with your project and who it will benefit, the amount of money you'll need, and how you're going to use it. The planning stage is where you need to think about what kinds of funders exist and how your project matches with their goals and objectives. Make a determination too if you have enough time to go through a proposal writing and submission process at all, given your project schedule, and taking into account the review process of the funder as well. Part of planning will be assessing whether writing a proposal for funding is feasible, or if you should consider crowdsourcing or other resources. It's worth noting that the average time from writing your proposal to receipt of a check is usually 6 to 9 months. If you need money immediately, a grant proposal is not the way to go. In the planning stage, there are a few things we should know about funders. The first is who the funders are, and the second is what each funder typically wants from your organization. There are multiple types of funders: individuals, corporations' marketing departments, corporate foundations, private community, family, or independent foundations, and government grants or contracts. Let me briefly describe each. Individual donors are people who give you money or in-kind donations. In-kind donations are things that may support your organization that aren't money, like computers, office space, software, etc. Corporations often give through their foundations or through their marketing departments. A corporation's foundation is more traditional, with processes similar to those of a private foundation. Money that comes from a company's marketing department allows them to market their company through your organization. For projects funded with marketing monies, companies usually want to receive some sort of recognition. A company may want to hang a sign up at one of your events, or if they sponsor your financial literacy classes, for example, they may want to have all of the booklets printed with their name on them. Then there are private foundations. Private foundations are distinguished by who governs them. Family foundations are typically overseen by family members. Independent foundations are governed by a mix of family and people that are in the personal or professional networks of family members. Private foundations are typically governed by a board of directors or trustees. Day-to-day operations are handled by staff, led by an executive director who reports to the board. Community foundations are comprised of donations from general members of the public and usually restricted to a specific geographic area. Finally, government agencies can either give grants or award contracts. A contract simply means that the government is going to ask you to perform certain functions in exchange for receiving funding, and they expect to see a certain outcome by a certain date. A grant is more flexible and open, and organizations may be able to change the outcomes based on conversations with government grant makers. Your organization can ask funders for two different types of funding. First, program or project-specific support, or second, general or operational support. Program funding is defined as being for a specific activity, like buying books for a library or funding a scholarship program for girls. General or operational support can be used for anything from paying salaries to renting space to paying stipends to participants. What do each of these funders have in common? Each of these funders will want a budget and specifics on how you will spend their money. They will want a version of a logic model, or what do you need to achieve your goals and what your outcomes will be. A logic model is a tool used by funders, managers, and evaluators of programs to determine the effectiveness of a program. And they will want examples of past performance. This could be stories of clients that you have helped, or it could be the number of people you have helped. Funders typically want to see a track record of success from those to whom they provide financial support. New organizations are likely to have a challenging time getting grants from funders with whom they do not have a proven track record or relationship. New organizations may have better luck reaching out to friends, friends of friends, and family to donate money or in-kind donations. Understanding the people and organizations involved in grant writing is vital to creating a successful proposal for funding. With proper planning at the very beginning, you're less likely to make critical mistakes that could lead to the rejection of your proposal.